Hey guys, it's your boy DJ Reminisce, and today we're gonna do a video on how to mix a song, specifically a Punjabi Bhangra song with Indian percussion. This is probably one of the most requested videos that I've been asked to do in terms of my email or even on Instagram or my social media, because no one teaches you this stuff. So I'm gonna teach you how to mix a record from start to finish, and today we're gonna start with balance. I think balance is a really important step because it kind of sets the tone for the rough mix, and then the rough mix is going to become basically your final mix, right? Typically what happens is when you get a session of stems, which is all the tracks, the producer will also give you a rough mix. Our goal is to take that rough mix and make it into a polished song, because at the end of the day we're just trying to take that vision and make it really, really pop, right? And that's specifically, they've asked you to make, do your own twist and mix it whichever way you want to be, or they've heard some song. So this is an important step because, again, it's going to get you to a point where you can start thinking about EQs and compression and, whatever else you need to do to start the mix. Again, this shouldn't take long, about 10-15 minutes. I mix in Pro Tools. The first thing I do is actually on the channel is put this trim up. The trim plugin is basically like a trim on on any console. It controls the amount of level coming in or out of your fader or bus. So I've gone ahead and pretty much cleaned up all these tracks, so I got them hitting in the meters where I want them, just to save some time. So, but first things, this is the rough mix. Let's listen to kind of like what we're going to be working with for the next few sessions. Play the first hook as well, the first verse, so you kind of hear what we're dealing with. Alright, so there you guys have it. That's kind of the rough mix there. I'm going to just turn this down a bit so I can kind of talk and do some stuff at the same time. So how I start with the vocals first. Again, I've already got the vocals in terms of input level where I want it. Most of these are mono tracks. I've got some stereo tracks, but I'll explain them as I go along. So the kicks, the drums, the kick, snare, hats, vocals, typically are, most of the time are going to be mono tracks, and they're blasted right in the middle, except for the cymbals and stuff, and I'll explain. All the instrumentation, which is all in the yellow, that's all music. That'll be kind of out of the way, panned here and this and that, just so we can leave room for the vocals and the drums to come through, and also the toluks and the toluk. So we're going to start with the lead vocal first. So I'm just going to come over here. Let me just get something going, loop in here. Let's do that. Mute that, and then let's get this vocal up. Unsolo this. Let's go unity for now. So I like where that's hitting. See, if you look across here, I'm trying to get them kind of halfway in the yellow per se. I mean, that one's kind of hot. We'll work on those. It's important for gain staging, right? This is where you want to think about levels, because as you add EQs and compressors, signal may get hotter or not. So you want to try to keep in that level when you get to the point where you're going to dump the final, mix or the print. When you print your final mix, then you want it nice and hot for the your mastering engineer. So let me just loop that guy. Okay, so that's good there. Now what I do is what I typically do is I'll match the level of the vocal with the snare drum. Now this is totally up to you and taste. I like to kind of keep it fairly even depending on the record, or 9 out of 10 times the snare will kind of beat it. In terms of level, the snare will be kind of higher. But typically I find with traditional Punjabi music, vocals are way too high in the mix, especially stuff coming out from India. I understand, vocals is the most important part of the song, but I think if you learn how to mix, and learn how to manipulate your sound, you can get a balance of both and still have a cracking record. So let's do the snare drum here. I think that's good right there. And then let's bring the kick up. Again, these are just rough. We just want to spend 10-15 minutes max. Just get this up. Hi-hat. Somewhere there. Now, here's where I start to pan. I always pan in the rough mix. I want to get that stuff out of the way. So the way I pan is, if I'm the drummer, so I'm sitting on a drum kit, on the perspective of the drummer, where the drum kit is laid out. Kick, snare is always going to be center. The hi-hat, because I'm right-handed, will be on my left. So I pan the hi-hat a little bit to the left. Oh, somewhere in there. I also have an open hi-hat, and I'll do the same. Whatever, somewhere in there. That's fine. It doesn't have to be exact. I kind of leave the variation because I don't want everything to hit exactly in the same frame, because in real life it's not like that either. So somewhere in there. I've got a crash. There, we heard it right there. So that one I'm going to pull out wide somewhere there. Okay, so far so good. Kicks a bit too much. Somewhere there. Okay, now we've got these guys, the shaker and the tambourine. Again, percussive instruments. Where's the shaker? Ah, here it comes. So, because the hat is kind of the same sort of, like if you listen to the hat, I don't know. See, it's up to you. I mean, either you can pan that one this side and that one like this, or you can put them on the both side. I'm gonna probably keep it like that for now, a little bit, panned to give the record some depth. And then let's unsolo that for a second. So here's everything in. Put a little bit more. Okay, now I'm gonna bring the let's bring the Indian percussion in, the dholaks. Let's get these out wide, pan down wide. Again, this is rough. Somewhere there. Here's the toes. Let's have a quick listen to this. Dholak, the dole, I want it prominent in the mix, but for me, because I'm a hip hop guy, I don't want it overpowering the drums, but I still want it pretty powerful. Again, this is totally up to you and your taste. I mean, my recommendation is to find a song that you like, whoever it's mixed by or whatever, and use it as a reference. Again, we'll get to that later on. This is just getting this into a rough ballpark. I got the drums kind of where I want them. The next thing, being a hip-hop guy, especially on the West Coast, I love piano, and this track does have a piano. So right now, even though it's a mono track, I think it's one of the main parts of the song. I'll make that a stereo later on, but let's just get that in the mix for now. Somewhere there. Somewhere there. And then there's this cloud here. Again, these are supplemental sort of music pieces. These ones are probably pan out. Let's put that one somewhere here. And then we've got the organ as well. And that guy. That's over here somewhere. It's interesting, like as soon as you start to pan stuff, like even like they'll either seem louder or not loud enough, so you'll have to keep adjusting as you go along. I like that right now where it is. That's pretty good. Now let's work on the strings. Let's just get to where they are. They're right here. Just save some time. Let's just loop this guy. This is the hook part. So I got 2 stereo tracks. Well, they're actually monos. I doubled them just to save some time. They're 4 tracks of strings. We got 2 sort of low strings and 2 high. So let me just play these ones for you. Actually, let me group them first. So just so I can control the fader. So I'm going to go here, Control G. Again, this is Pro Tools HD I'm using. Let's call these strings low. And then let's pull these up a bit. Oops, I don't know what happened there. Oh, there we go. So here are these. These are low. Let's do these ones. These are the highs. Strings high. Weird, buggy. Let's get a kind of like a rough mix of these guys first. That sounds pretty good. Whatever. Again, strings and stuff, they're just there for feel. And then we got the chords. Again, just for groove and feel. And then let's add the bass in. Again, we'll work on the bass. It's not the way I want it. Again, this is just a rough mix. You know, it's a bit too punchy for me. Okay, so now these tracks here, the harmonium, brass, and santoor, these ones are the main music pieces. So typically what happens in Punjabi songs, you've got, you know, your verse, your intro goes into the hook, then you got like 8 to 12 bars of music, and that's what this is. So here it is right here. I'm just gonna loop this and let's work on these guys. Again, these are mono, which is fine. Harmonium, I'm gonna probably pan this guy. Oh, let's pan it over here. This guy, brass. Have a quick listen to this again. Again, I'm just doing it all by ear and by feel. That's fine for now. Okay, let's do the next one, which is the santoor. So let's just start there. This guy up. Again, it's with a harmonium, so harmonium's pan to the right, so I'm just going to pan this one to the left a bit. I think that's about it. Let's just have a quick listen to this. Take it off loop. Again, this is just a rough mix. The goal is to spend about 10-15 minutes. Get it rough to where you want it to be. Get your panning all sorted out for some stuff that's a given. Again, we haven't done any placement or Haas effect or delays or nothing like that right now. Just getting a rough mix. And turn the vocals up a bit. I think that sounds pretty good. There you guys have it. Quick video on balance. Again, these are a series of videos that I'll be doing. I hope you liked the video. Please share it. You know what? Subscribe to the channel. That way we stay up to date with the latest and greatest information. And again, I'll be back with some more videos, get some into more depth and into different topics. Yeah, this is your boy DJ Reminisce, and I'll see you guys real soon.